John from JO Ventures Outdoors, and today I've got an exciting video. I have several knives here on the table. I'm going to turn this back around here. These are knives I've picked up in the last couple weeks since the Case Knife event a couple weeks ago in Ossian, Indiana, with Big J and Radio Geek and Byron Kennedy. Had a great time with them. We'll be talking about that forever. That was just such a great day. So, as you know, on that day, I showed in one of my other videos and some other photos on Instagram and things that I picked up a mahogany bone peach seed jig Sodbuster Jr. on that day with carbon steel. Well, throughout the week, I noticed it had a little blade play and some gapping, and I noticed throughout the week it actually got worse. So I'm sending it off to Case. I'm hoping they'll cover it on warranty. So far they say they will, and so they want to look at it. So anyway, so I'm sending that off to them, and so I don't have that here, but that's one of the additional knives here. And so, but I've got these others, and I wanted to show these to you here today. And I got several of these today, so pretty awesome. So where do I start here? Well, the first four here at the top, those came as an extra from a viewer who asked me to do a couple of sheaths for him. And I just received that today. It's for $119 and $120, and this gentleman wants left-handed sheaths for each of them. So he said, well, I'm sending a couple extras. Well, that's very kind of you. I said, you know, I always like that. So he sent a few knives along, and this is a Tinker. This is a Victorinox Tinker, and it needs a little TLC. He said they would. But they're actually in excellent condition. This just needs to be cleaned up. You can tell there it needs to be oiled and cleaned, and it won't take much for this one to actually be cleaned up. I was just looking to see. I think this is actually an older model. Let me take a look at the Tang stamp. Yeah, it's got the crossbows on it. So a little bit older model, a black one. I gave my black one to my nephew this summer. So the black Tinker has returned to my collection. So I really like that. This is an Ozark Trail, kind of a knockoff Swiss Army knife. That whole line of knives is just an excellent value. This was probably $5 at Walmart. They don't make this one anymore that I know of. And so this is really kind of cool to have this as part of the collection. And that's a screwdriver there. It actually has a screwdriver, and it has this corkscrew, which has seen better days, and a few other tools on there. So I'll probably clean this up, and it might even have scissors. Wait, it does. It does have scissors. And, you know, they might need a little attention too, but so that's kind of neat to have. These others, though, are really cool. This is an Imperial jackknife, Imperial Providence, Rhode Island. Let's see if I can find it. I have to look off camera. I did look earlier, but it's right there, Providence, Rhode Island. So it's a little jackknife. It needs some attention, but I don't mind. I really like cleaning up old knives. And then this one I've never heard of, and the blades are really hard to get open. You can see it kind of has I don't know what you call that. Is that a hollow grind of some sort? And then it's Ideal. It's called the Ideal. And so I've never heard this before. It has maybe a lazy half stop, but it's a little jackknife. It has two blades and really nice covers on it. It's really not in bad shape. So I'd be interested to do more research on that one to find out more about that. I'm going to come back to this. Then I went to a flea market, and I need to rearrange these just a little bit. I went to a flea market, and I got these 4 knives at a flea market nearby. It was right after the case knife event. I got this Imperial, which is in really great shape. Imperial, Providence, Rhode Island. It has half stops, little jackknife, Jackmaster jackknives. I love these things. And you can see it's in pretty decent shape. And it just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. I got that. I think this is a Victorinox Bijou. I think I only paid $4 for that one. And I paid about $3 for this. This is a Victorinox Bijou. It doesn't have the keyring, but it's basically a SD Classic without the keyring. They call it the Bijou. And I have one of these, but I saw it without the keyring, and I thought I would pick it up. And it has scissors. They're kind of gummed up, so it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. I'll do that. I thought this was very interesting. I only paid $1 for this at the flea market. It's a Camco USA. You can see that down in there, Camco USA. And it's pretty rusty, and it needs some attention. So I think this is a good candidate for the mineral oil bath. And so I'll probably be doing that. Carbon steel blades, I'm sure. And it's got a little pin blade. They feel like the springs are in pretty good shape. So I got those 3 at the flea market. But then I found this. Now, it didn't look like this. I've cleaned it up since then. I've been carrying it. This is a Schrade USA 194 OT. And I've been chasing these. I've been chasing and looking at. Got a little tape on it because I opened these boxes with this. I've been looking for a 94 OT, a gunstock trapper, or the 194, either one on eBay, and they're hard to find. They're either broken tip, and they want a lot of money for them, or they just want a lot of money for them. I've even seen over $100 for these. And I saw this at the flea market, and he wanted $15 for it. And as Big J said, I couldn't get my money out fast enough to buy this. It was in rougher shape than this, but I worked on it. And man, it looks really good. And it's got that liner lock. I put a nice edge on it. And as you can see, I've been using it. And then I carry it in this green slip over here. Goes right down in there. Very nice. I also carry my Saudi in this slip, but the Saudi's going off to Pennsylvania here, so I'm hoping we can get that corrected. But so anyway, this is my pride and joy as far as flea market and used knife finds here recently. So I'm really enjoying that. And then, let me come back to this one actually too. So then Big J and I went to TSC, and we both bought these Roper kind of side buster style knives, but they have this lock back. And these are pretty decent knives. It was about $15. And so you can see there, Roper. It's a Roper Tumbleweed. And I think Terry's Knives and Man Stuff had this. There's a little bit of cowboy in all of us. I think that's really cool. And so by American Buffalo. So yeah, this is good. Delrin handles. I'll say more about this later. Cattleman's Cutlery. Roper knives. Yeah, pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to carrying this maybe a little bit and checking it out. I like it so far. Then Michael Richter. Michael Richter, he is such a good friend, and he and I talk leather all the time. He saw that I had this gunstock trapper, and he asked me if I had any more USA-made old timers. And I said, well, I got a couple. He said, well, I'm going to send you one. And he sent me this. This is a 77OT. 77OT, and this is the muskrat. And you can see she's been used a little bit, but it's improved muskrat. See that on there on the blade? I'll have to figure out how to clean that blade and retain as much of that as possible. But this is in excellent condition. No blade play. Excellent snap. He said he didn't give much for this. It's pretty scratched up on this one blade. It's got a little bit of rust on it, but I think we can take care of that. And this is really cool. Now this is interesting because it's basically the same blade as the gunstock trapper. So I'm just really excited about this. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for sending this over to me. I'm just getting into these USA-made old-timers. So there's that. I'm up to 11 minutes. Oh my gosh. It's just been raining knives here. Then RW won my giveaway, and I hope he doesn't remind me saying this, but he said he was sending me a gift, and I got this in the mail as well. And this is a magnetic case. And look, Frost Cutlery 40th anniversary, 72 to 2012. And it is a commemorative 40th anniversary edition of the Frost Trapper, full-size trapper. Look at that. This is fantastic. What a wonderful gift. Thank you, my friend. 440 stainless. It's got this little etching right there on the bolsters. This nice red bone. I mean, I'm just really, really, really liking this. You can see I haven't even taken the sticker off yet. I don't know. It's got a little bit of gunk down there. We'll get that cleaned up. I got to clean it up a little bit. Probably not going to, I don't know if I'm going to carry this or not. This may have to be kind of just part of the collection, but I love the packaging. Who says Frost can't be classy? I mean, look at this. So, excellent. Thank you very much. That is just awesome. Then, Big J. Big J gave me a Schrade. USA-made Schrade. This is part of the Cigar Box Classics series. Tim's School of Fish actually just did a video on this recently on the sow belly in this series. And handmade since 1904. And this is the Cigar Whittler. So I've got this kind of loosened up. You can see, look at that. That's all in really great condition. The paperwork is with it. I mean, this is wonderful. So tobacco, look at that. Schrade made, handmade. Got the tobacco leaf on here. Beautiful bone. I'm just really liking this a lot. I haven't cleaned it up. It probably needs a little bit of cleaning up, but I have to get to it here sometime soon. So thank you, Big J. This has just been a wonderful gift. Great addition to my collection. And I'll say more about this later on because I've got another cigar whittler from Big J that I can compare it to. So this is the knife haul here from the past couple weeks. Oh, I didn't say anything about this. I was at an antique store over the weekend and I noticed this Frost mini trapper and I couldn't pass it up. The guy wanted 15 bucks for it, 14 bucks I think, and so I went ahead and paid for it, but it's got half stops. I cleaned it up, oiled the pivots. It's got great action. Sharpened it and put some Kin's conditioner on these bone covers and just really brought the color out. I just love the color, and I have one just like this in red. So I'm just a sucker for these. So that's the knife haul so far. I have one more coming as part of a trade. I'll share that with you later, and I thank you for watching.